This small back container here is my medical kit. And basically my medical kit is some Neosporin, some alcohol wipes, some bandages, some medical tape, and some duct tape. And for those of you putting together a medical kit, you're thinking about all the different things you need. Very basically, all you need is some alcohol wipes and some medical tape and some duct tape, and that'll really cover just about anything you need out there, especially on small scale. Now, we've talked about water, we've talked about the rope and the tarp, and the knife is shelter. So we got our water taken care of, and we've got our emergency shelter taken care of. We've got our emergency space blanket. Food is something you carry with you. A lot of people talk about survival situations with food. I'm not going to be out there for 3 weeks where I'm going to starve to death. So I'm not too worried about the hunting aspect. I do have a little fishing kit coming, but it won't be carried in this. It'll be in my bigger kit. I am putting together a real camping / survival kit. But one of the other things we need to talk about is fire. And I know so many people are fascinated with fire steel. Fire steel is cool. But fire steel is a backup. I don't use fire steel as my main starting device. With all the fires I've ever started, I've never needed fire steel. I've never been in that wet condition where magnesium and stuff is that important. But basically I carry, for fire, waterproof matches in a waterproof container. Nice and tight in there. They're not shaking, fully packed. The striker's inside here. So there we go. We got about 20 matches there. And plenty of fire. In this little case here, I carry some fuel tabs and some dryer lint. Dryer lint lights very easily. This way you always have some dry fire starting with you. And of course, once you get a fuel tab going, a fuel tab will burn for 8 or 9 minutes. One of these Coghlan fuel tabs. So we have 4 solid ones and 2 pieces. So we have a total of 5 fuel tabs, which will give us 5 8-minute burns, which should usually be enough to boil water successfully. I also carry a small little paintbrush we use as a cleaning brush. Six titanium tent pegs. 4 of them are for the shelter. 2 of them, which I have not used yet for this purpose, because obviously these pieces of paracord probably would be melted off, are for my pot stand, and I'll show you that next. This is the Vargo titanium Hexagon wood stove. Now they call it the wood stove. I call it the every stove. You can use this if you're an alcohol burner or an alcohol user, as we like to say among each other. You can put your alcohol stove inside of these. I mean, you're going to have to carry a pot stand, and you're going to have to carry a windscreen, basically, with your alcohol stove anyway. This weighs 4 ounces. This is a great pot stand windscreen for an alcohol stove. But it gives you more options. If you use solid fuels like I do, these solid fuel tabs, this can work as a base for your solid fuel tabs. But it gives you more options. And that option is the original purpose of this stove. Wood burning. Very simple stove. You just unfold it, wrap it around, second tab, snap it together. There you go. You can put your solid fuels in there. You can put your alcohol burners in there. It's a very lightweight titanium stove. as far as pot stand, as I said, 2 titanium stakes. The top of the stove is deliberately edged for this reason. And now if your cup is smaller than the top of the stove, it'll fit. To show you an example, 18-ounce clean canteen, which ordinarily would be a little bit too small for the stove, now sits there perfectly secure thanks to the tent pegs. The door is accessed, easy access. You don't want to touch that when there's a fire in there, of course. It's metal, so it's going to be very hot. Use a little twig or something, or another tent peg. This is designed as a wood-burning stove, so you would actually be able to feed the fire with little twigs and other burning materials while you're going on, if you're not using it with an alcohol stove or with solid fuel like I am. I do plan to use some real wood in it. I'm probably going to start it with a half fuel tab, and then add some wood to it then. And then just keep feeding the fire with little twigs and stuff like that until you got your boil on. So that's my basic bug out hiking bag kit. I have my stove and fire making with me to make some hot chocolate while I'm out there. And of course, in a real survival situation, this stove can use regular wood. And I would have fire steel with me, which I don't have in this particular kit right now. This kit is just a day hiking kit. Let me take a quick look around. I did actually surprise myself that there's no fire steel in here. I usually carry it as a backup, but anyway, I must have taken it out to play with earlier on. Yeah, as I said, fire steel, I always have a fire steel as a backup, fire steel and a striker. But anyway, long term, you have your stove there, which will last a long, long time using any kind of burning material you have. And your tent pegs. It fits into the back of the bag like this. I like to put it in upside down so that tab is out of the way. Six titanium tent pegs. Tent pegs. I can't say tent pegs today for some reason. 4 for shelter, 6 for stove. Cleaning brush. Some fuel tabs. Waterproof matches. Zip it all together, as we said in the front. Basically signaling devices, medical kit, little notebook, the tarp will go in there. Knife and saw here, emergency blanket, waterproof bag there. We'll be carrying the bag on this side of the body. So we put our handy access snacks in the front, our water filtration kit, and cook can and multi-purpose clean canteen in the back. And that is our little carry kit. And then on the other shoulder, we carry a quart of water. Well, that's my kit. I've watched a lot of kit videos myself. This is what I've come up with. I don't think I'm forgetting anything major for day hiking. Not a real survival, just day hiking. But always open to suggestions. And thanks for watching.